All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Akim and the few Akwath who may be listening. This is your brother Batak Allah from the GMS camp here in Chicago, coming back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying. All right, and the title of this lesson is Remember This Kingdom, Salakia, remember this is not our kingdom that is falling. All right. And, just a reminder, a little exhortation for the, especially for the newer brothers, but for everybody, myself first and foremost, but, for the younger brothers and few sisters that's coming into this thing, the times that we're in and the times that we're heading into, it can be nerve-wracking, it can be a scary thing. Now, for those of us that's been in this truth for a length of time, we're ready to get the fuck out of here. So we're rejoicing, but still, nonetheless, we still have to keep this in mind every day, But for you newer Akim and Akwath, we're going to be going into some difficult times, and the scriptures tell us that we're going to be dealing with difficulties, as part of being, that's a part of being of the hopeful elect, and Lord willing, receiving salvation. All right, but we have to remember that this is not our kingdom that's falling. All the things that we're gonna so-called lose, because we're really about to gain everything. We're not losing anything. We're gonna gain everything. We really don't have anything here. All right, everything that you think you're about to lose here, you don't really own. Nothing here. We don't own nothing. What's up, brother? How you doing? But we don't own anything here. We don't have anything here. We don't have any future here. All right, so you're not losing out or missing out on nothing. Like I said, we're really about to gain everything. But we've been programmed to be invested in this place. So when you're first coming into this truth and you're still shaking all those things off, it can be nerve-wracking to say the least. All right, but we're going to get these precepts, and Lord willing, it'll be edifying. This is Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted." My bad, it's a lot of people. Let me move down the road a little bit. But this is Micah 2 and 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction." All right, and as the scriptures say, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked in Job 9 and 24. All right, so this is the wicked's world. This is not our world. All right, if you are striving for salvation, striving for righteousness, a part of the hopeful elect, this is not your world, man. All right, we're awaiting the world that's to come, Yahweh Shai's kingdom. All right, and in order for that to happen and for that to be established, this place has to go down and everything in it. So we just have to have our mind ready for that and embrace that, because like I said, we don't have anything here anyway. All right, this place was never meant for us. This place was created as a prison and a punishment for the Israelites, not for us to thrive here. This is Sirach chapter 25 and verse 7. It says, "There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that lives to see the fall of his enemy." And that's another thing we have to remember. Even though I ain't got nothing, Nuck, my bad. Even though we're going through it, and we're gonna go through it, that's guaranteed. At the same time, we're witnessing the fall of our enemy, which is even greater. And we have to rejoice in that fact. And we have to be able to prepare our minds mentally and our spirits, to endure whatever it is we're going to have to endure to get to the other side. All right, and not get offended in Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. All right. And that's why we're putting in this work now. And that's why the Lord puts us through things throughout this journey, so that when we get to that time where all the chips are on the table, when it's really time